What is up, YouTube? Back for another quick video on the 04 Mystichrome Cobra. Today we are finally going to be installing the new SOS A-pillar gauge pod and the Aeroforce Dual Interceptor Gauges. All right, so first step, obviously you want to remove your factory A-pillar. What you're going to do is just grab it right from the top underneath and pull straight down like so. It'll release the two clips here, and then there's the one plastic post, and you can just slide that right out and set that aside. Now we have our dual gauges here, our SOS Gauge Pod, and then our OBD2 connector with the two ports here to plug in the gauges. So the next step, what I did was a test fit here, and you can see that the gauge actually is pretty loose. So it's a lot snugger in the top one, but the bottom one, it's super loose. So I'm going to get some masking tape and we're gonna tape it around this on the inside so that we can get the gauges nice and snug. Then we'll pull them back out and we'll run the wire. So we have the tape wrapped around the gauge now, and you'll see here, it'll slide in now, nice and snug, and it'll stay. So that's what we want. Now we're gonna tackle the actual cable. All right, guys, so once I had the gauges mounted in the actual pod, I just plugged in the harness to the OBD2 and we ran our new pillar and tucked it right in. So one thing to note is there's a little channel in the back of this pillar. Let me see if I can show you the factory one. So this is your factory pillar, how it sits in there. So you can see here, there's this channel, which I thought would be a good spot to run the cord for the gauges, but actually that's where that kind of pinch weld runs through. So I wasn't able to snap this on properly when I had the wire there. So what you want to do is you want to run both cords along the outside of this, and I actually used a little piece of masking tape, and then I just taped it right here. So the bottom cord, you're gonna run right around here to there. The top one comes out right around here. And I taped them together and taped it right there. And then it was able to slide right in. Now you see here's the cord. So we're just gonna push it up tight against the dash, and we're gonna zip tie it all together and tuck it under the dash. Then we're gonna power the car on and set the parameters. All right, so they're both on. Now I need to go through all the parameters and set them up. But obviously we have power, so the gauges are installed. Overall, the SOS Gauge Pod looks killer, as everyone already knows, and they are super hard to find. So I'm happy that these are finally in. I've been sitting on them for quite a while. So here we have it. I had sent the intake air temp as number 1, charge temp, which is around your intercooler, number 2, and then we have our fuel pressure and our battery. You can also cycle it once you select the ones you want. The left button does the top, the right button does the bottom. So I can swap it from fuel pressure to cylinder head temp, to the battery, back to fuel pressure, and you can set whatever parameters you want through the entire list. So left is always the up and down, and right is always the selection button. So also, as you can see, I went with the green and black backlight to kind of match the factory gauges as well as possible. So overall, it's a super nice piece. I did have it on my 2012 Mustang, so I knew what I was getting into. But overall, a super quick, easy install and an awesome looking piece. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think. Drop any questions or comments below.